Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Essential Life with Jared. I wanted to make a video to sort of end the year out with a bang, say happy holidays to everybody. I also have some bits of footage from different sort of wintry things that I've done in the last few weeks, none of which was really a full episode on its own, so I'll roll some of that footage. You can see some cool views of Multnomah Falls, McMinnville, riding a horse-drawn carriage there, other fun stuff. And then we'll come right back here when I'll say a little bit about the future of this channel and what I'm looking forward to in 2020. So let's do this. Here bright and early at one of the most famous locations in Oregon, certainly in the Portland area, a tourist destination that does kind of live up to the hype. Yeah, look at that. Pretty dope. Proceed with caution. All right, we're approaching the bridge, the famous bridge. And you can see the falls on either side. Okay, here we are. Wow. Here at McMinnville to try to get on the horse-drawn carriage rides, and we're not sure if we'll make it on because we're not sure we'll get on because we got here right as the posted time said it was going to end, but I'm holding out hope we'll squeeze in at the last minute. Do you think we can all stay here? All right. Stopped here at the McMinnville City Park, and there's an amazing fort playground that just looks absolutely incredible over here. So we're gonna go check that out. Like a kid again. So first of all, I want to thank everyone who's supported me, who's encouraged me over this past year, whether it's here on the video channel or whether it's on my podcast or blogging. To all of you who have sent in helpful messages and just shown your enthusiasm for this content. No, seriously, it's one of these things where, you know, if I were a creator with millions of subscribers, the difference between that 1,267th comment and the 1,268th comment, you know. But, you know, when it's the difference between 2 comments and 3 comments, or even worse, 0 and 1, that one little note of saying, hey, that was cool, I enjoyed watching it, it means the world to me, you know. Like, I can coast all day on the high of getting a single encouraging comment. So thank you to everyone who's sent those in, email, YouTube, whatever channel it is. So some goals for 2020. I don't want to say I'm going to do more everything, because it's so easy to overcommit yourself. But what I really would like to do is improve on consistency. So, you know, if I set out to have, say, a video every other week, I really want to have a video out every other week. If I decide to make it weekly, I want it to be weekly. The point here is that whatever frequency I commit to for videos, for podcast episodes, for blog posts, I really want to be consistent in the new year. So I'm going to be spending several days over this holiday break really working out an extremely detailed content schedule, so I have a clear idea when things are going to go out and what kind of topics I'm going to cover. I also want to improve the quality of the content I'm putting out, and that's in large part not so much on the technical side, but on the messaging side. I really want to put out content that's the most meaningful to people, and that kind of is related to looking at what's worked well over this past year. So as I look over what's worked well on Instagram, what's worked well on YouTube, etc., it's really clear that people love the videos about the places I go, whether it's in Portland or Seattle or other areas in the Pacific Northwest. Those on-location videos do well, so I'm going to do more of that. I'm going to talk more about the philosophy of Essentialism and how that's helped me in my life. I really want to get more vulnerable, more personal in these videos, and it's been hard lately because, to be honest, there's been a ton going on in my personal life and behind the scenes, especially over the last few months, that I just haven't felt comfortable talking about for a few reasons, but I'm going to open up more in the new year. I'm going to let you know a little bit more about what's been going on. Some of it may kind of blow your mind. Not really in the best way, perhaps, but you know, the videos I enjoy watching are where people really open up about what's going on in their lives and show a little bit of that vulnerability. It's hard. It's hard as a content creator to do that and not just put forward sort of a facade of, oh, everything's fun and we're having a great time and gee, gosh darn it, I'm having the best time. Anyway, I'm going to try to to do a better job of sort of communicating what's going on in my life on a regular basis. And the third category of video, which haven't always done as well, And for some creators, it's their top kind of video, but for some reason, it's been sort of a mental block for me. But I want to try to get a little bit better at this, is talking about creative workflows and tools, kind of going a little bit more into how I create videos, how I manage notes and note-taking and journaling and things of that nature, more about how to edit and sort of curate photography, things of that nature. I don't want this to become a tech channel. I sort of had an idea earlier in the year to start this new series of more technology-focused stuff, and did one episode of that and was like, no, that's not what I want to focus on in video making. That's not really for me. But I do enjoy talking about the creative process as a whole and kind of going into tools and technology as it supports the end goal of creativity and putting out content. And just to wrap up this conversation, another challenge that I really want to kind of take on in the new year is the thorny topic of monetization. Yeah, it's hard to justify putting a lot of time and a lot of effort into creating content if you're making no money from it. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I have a day job. I build websites, I build software, and that's how I make money. I don't make money from creating videos. I don't make money from posting photos on Instagram. I don't make money writing blog posts or sending out email newsletters. None of these things are making any money for me. So, that's okay insofar as these are, hobbies or pastimes that I enjoy. And it's a way to sort of have a creative outlet that's separate from my job. But on the other hand, I feel like if I'm making at least a little bit of money, a little bit of side income from these endeavors, I would put a lot more effort into these things. I would put more energy, more creative thought, more production value into all the things I do. And I think it's really worthwhile to try doing that. So I'm going to be focusing primarily on my Patreon membership. I'm going to really promote that heavily. I'm going to start putting content not exclusively behind that paywall, but first. I'll be putting some content first on Patreon and telling people, if you want this stuff right out of the gate, as soon as I've done it, this is going on Patreon. And, at some point, whether it's a week later or 2 weeks later or whatever, it might end up on YouTube or on a podcast or something. But I'm really going to focus on Patreon first and promoting that, because I support a bunch of people. I support a bunch of creators on Patreon and even other membership services. I put my money where my mouth is to support creators financially, and I want to start becoming a creator that is supported financially by the people that enjoy my content, such as yourself. So I think it's worthwhile to pursue that, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And that doesn't mean I'm going to only have a bunch of stuff behind a paywall. Like I was saying, I'm not going to do a bunch of exclusives because I want to get my stuff out to the broadest audience possible. But it does mean that, if you're a member on Patreon, you'll be getting everything right out of the gate as soon as I've created stuff, and extra little bonuses and goodies along the way. So I think it'll be really worth it. One last reminder, I have an email newsletter. If you go to jaredwhite.com, you can sign up for my email newsletter right there. Just click follow. I do my best writing on my email newsletter these days. I honestly haven't been doing a lot of blogging in the traditional sense. I would like to do more, but I feel like with an email newsletter, it prompts my writing brain to kind of think more about sort of a fun, quirky conversation I'm having with my audience. So it feels more like I'm writing a newspaper column, going back to the old days when that was a thing. But it feels like a column. It feels like a conversation that's ongoing between me and an audience. And I don't necessarily get that feeling out of when I'm writing a blog post. A blog post might be more kind of informational or casual to a broad audience, whereas with the email newsletter, I feel like, I'm with a group of friends and we're having a fun conversation about something interesting and maybe kind of quirky. So I really encourage you to sign up for that. It's called Markup This, and you can just, like I said, go to jaredwhite.com and sign up for that. All right, so that's where I'm going in this new year. More consistency, more focus on Patreon, more emphasis on specific topics that have done well so far on this channel and on the podcast. And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to what I'll be doing in the new year. And I look forward to hearing from more of you as well, what you're working on, what you're excited about, and what you enjoy. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the new year. Bye.